Hey guys, Jay here. So this is an update to the Trail Caltrop build. So I am now a Gemling Legionaire, and I have a bunch of strength here as well for like soft strength stacking. It's not like hardcore strength stacking for damage or for defense. This is just because I am a Gemling Legionnaire. So I have access to adaptive capability. This allows all the gem requirement to be based on my highest attribute, and I think strength is the most valuable one. Why? Because strength can give me more energy shield. So 1% increase per 2 strength. So that is why I go for as much strength as possible, not going out of the way to just get strength, because I still want to test this setup with poison, right? The poison is through the splinter of Lorata. And well, I have to say, so far, I think this setup, let's be clear, it is like viable to clear like tier 15 maps, and I will show you tier 15 maps in a sec. It is a crypt. I opened it already, and it is viable to clear, but it's not the best. It does seems to have a hard cap in damage. I am having 5 different caltrops here, right? 5 caltrops. So whenever I dodge roll, it will create just the maximum amount of caltrops possible. Because when I dodge roll again, you can see all of the other ones expire. Actually, there's one that remain here. You can see, right? So I am one off from the actual maximum amount of caltrops possible. Yep, there's still one remain. So it is very close. This is also a reason why I didn't continue with being a Deadeye. I had to go and just level a new character. And the Deadeye, there's too many caltrops that when you spawn, when you dodge roll, you spawn a bunch of caltrops, like almost half of them already disappear. So sadly, we cannot go infinite. We cannot do the quality stacking, and they actually did not stack on top of each other. I thought it did, but it apparently didn't. So unfortunately, that didn't work out. So that is why I go for Gemling Legionnaire. Gemling have +2 to level of dexterity requirement here. You can choose between the attribute, and of course I choose dexterity because it is the attribute for the caltrops. So I have +2 here. Quality, which is nice. It applies to every single gems that we use. Gem studded, so we can use 2 support gem in different skill. So that means, for example, I can have 2 trails of caltrops with basically the exact same links here, right? So I use each support gem like almost basically twice. So I will not go too deep into them because there are too many. It would take a long time, but there are a bunch that increase damage. There are a bunch for utility. For example, Incision allow me to bleed, which allow me to proc Hero Blood. We have Armor Explosion because we can do Splinter, and we can do Corrosion to break the enemy's armor, so we deal more physical damage. Therefore, it actually causes more poison damage as well, right? So Hero Blood and Hero Plague, this allow the character to have like AoE clear, because the caltrops kind of like focus in one very small area and they cannot clear by itself really well. So we need to use the Herald Tech here, and yeah, it's Hero Blood and Hero Plague. Other than that, I do have Withering Presence to apply Wither. This probably is the best way right now. Ghost Dance, because I am a Evasion ES character, so I use Ghost Dance, and Blasphemy for Temporal Chain. Why Temporal Chain? So normally Poison in POE2 you can only apply 1 stack. So poison duration actually does not matter that much if you can only apply 1 stack, because if it run out, you can just apply another stack, right? But for this build, because I am using the Splinter of Lorata, this allows me to have infinite amount of poisons. Therefore, poison duration actually is more damage. So this one, not only does it slow down the enemy, it also makes the enemies, the debuff, which include poison on the enemies, expire slower. So it is more damage, right? So that is how it works. At least that is what I think, how I think it works, right? Right now I am having this skill tree here, and I did test it a little bit of Eternal Youth. It actually doesn't feel good, so right now I speak out of it. Let me see, where will I go next. I think I will just go for this point first. It is projectile damage, a stun buildup within 2 meters, which is very, very good. So let's just get this one. Eventually, I think I will go and grab this and I will go grab this as well. Right now I am level 84, and or if I want a little bit more damage, I can get the small notes that is like duration poison. There are like magnitude of poison somewhere. I think no, actually all of them are duration. Maybe I can get this one as well. Magnitude poison. I don't think this is necessary. Maybe it will help with clear, but I don't think this is necessary at all because it affects only one single poison, and we actually just poison a lot. Okay, I still have this 3-point as well, which is pretty good. Like just more damage overall, right? So I did talk about the skill tree a little bit, the ascendancy, the skill gem already covered. Now let's talk about the item. So first of all, the Splinter of Lorata I changed to another corruption. This time it is gain 1 rage on hit. I no longer need 2 socket. And I think the runes here, because right now I don't use the all damage can poison gloves, which is this glove. Plague Finger. I no longer use this one because getting the flat damage on your rings is expensive. Very expensive. I don't want to afford... I can't afford that amount. You can see I spent all of the currency already. So I cannot afford to spend more, and therefore I just aim for physical damage. And therefore I don't need the gloves because I don't have flat elemental damage on my rings. That's it. So I don't use the Plague Finger anymore, and I use just a normal pair of Evasion and Energy Shield. And by the way, like what I have here, you can actually have flat physical damage in your gloves as well, which is going to help. I think in the end game, if you want to aim for as much damage as possible, probably just a triple or quadruple flat damage, probably triple, because I really like the Unset Ring here. It gives me more skill slot, which means we can socket more gems. You can see we are quite tight on the skill slot already. So yeah, more skill slot. So I don't want to use a special base. So triple flat elemental damage, and then Plague Finger Gloves is probably going to be the most amount of damage if you want to push it. I am having 1 Rake gem here. It is technically not necessary, but it helps me to move slightly faster than just rolling. This is just rolling. It feels like Rake and rolling feels a little bit faster, right? So that is why I am keeping it here, but I don't think it is optimal because if I can, right, even with this setup, either I can have a higher spirit on my scepter, which is going to allow me to get even more reservation, or I can have the talisman to get plus 15 spirit as well. Those are going to be very expensive as well. So if I have it, I will have 30 more spirit, and therefore I can just get something else in here. Wind Dancer is going to be very nice to boost the evasion. Right now I don't have Wind Dancer, and I am sitting at around 10k evasion. With the Wind Dancer, it probably is going like 15, 17k something, which is kind of nice, right? On the other gears, these are just evasion energy shield. The reason I don't use a pure energy shield helmet is because this one I have, and I have a corruption of 29 spirit, which is kind of nice. I like additional spirit. And yeah, this is spirit and as much ES and evasion as possible, some resistances as you can. You should get some stun threshold on your belt, and if possible your boots as well. It is going to help with the CI character. I am still using the sure-footed sigil. This hinder the amount of damage by quite a significant amount because you technically can have a amulet with +3 to projectile skill gem, which is going to be an absolute insane amount of damage for this build because we scale very well with level. And also you can have other stat on your amulet as well. But this one is kind of poor, but it means, basically what it means is more speed, because the dodge roll being longer means more speed. It doesn't change the total traveling time of the dodge roll. If you replaced it, you will still dodge roll for the same amount of time, except for a shorter distance. So that is everything I want to share. And yeah, right now let's do a quick map. If you don't care about the showcase, then yeah, thanks for watching. Now let's just see how it does. This is a random tier 15. Here are the mods. All right. You can see that the damage is not the best, but not the worst either. As I said, it is just like kind of viable. The clear is carried entirely by the heralds, right? So you can see it cleans up pretty well. We just dodge roll around. That's about it. And it actually is kind of safe, even though I have only 3.5 KES here. But it's kind of safe because we dodge roll a lot, so we actually just dodging a lot, right? So we don't take a lot of attacks. We just manually dodge them because we are dodge rolling. And then we have a lot of evasion, so there's not a lot of stuff that is going to hit the character. I want to pick that up. So here is I think I picked a map with a boss actually. So let me just show you the map boss, the damage on the map boss. Again, I have to say, I think I said this like 4 times already. The damage is not the best. It is not. Okay, nice. So here is the boss. I think we can actually end the showcase because you already see the clear, right? So on bosses, we kind of like just roll around the bosses and poison them. All right. Maybe I should go for another variant. Maybe we can use fork spear. All right. So this is kind of like a single target. Again, not the best, not the worst either. But hey, this is a fun experiment. I think I'll play with it a little bit more, and then maybe I will come back to playing with the Auto Spark character. That one feels way more satisfying to me overall. This one is, now again, a nice experiment. I like it. I actually liked it. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoy. Stay tuned for more POE2 content, specifically a lot of weird-ass builds just like this one. And I will see you in the next video. Remember, play the game. Do not let the game play you. Peace.